Hello, we're about to read Chapter 3 of Where's Charlie Now? Quick recap. Charlie, the cat, has taken Graham on an adventure. Graham's brother William is in hot pursuit with the treasure fairy. Where are we now? Graham asked. Charlie replied, We're in Rome, and before you ask, it's in Italy. I'm not sure of the exact spot. This is a new downtown location, and I've never been here before. We're exploring. I'm getting hungry. Any chance we can find a place to eat? How about meatballs and spaghetti? That's Italian. You're forgetting to communicate with your mind. Looks like you're either talking to yourself or a cat. People might think you have a problem. Not anymore. They'll just think I'm on the phone. Graham walked to a door and opened it. They exited onto a busy, narrow alley, followed it to a side street. He looked up the street sign and read, Via del Banco di Santo Spirito. Not sure what it means. Something about street, bank, and Holy Spirit. Don't worry. I recognize where we are now. If we go left, it should take us to the Bridge of Angels. It's a pedestrian bridge over the River Tiber and leads to the Castel San Angelo. It's a lovely view. It's worth going just for that. Charlie bounded off, and Graham had to run to keep up, as it wasn't California, and the cars didn't automatically stop if you wandered onto the street. They kept on going and honked instead. After a couple of close shaves, they were standing on an ancient bridge with the River Tiber flowing underneath. Graham did a slow 360 and paused to look at the mausoleum. He asked, The parapet has statues of angels. How old is this bridge? According to the internet, it was built in 136 AD, and in the Middle Ages, it was the main route to reach St. Peter's. That's enough sightseeing, Graham mumbled. Can we eat? I'm really hungry. My stomach's grumbling. Charlie replied, Come on. He led the way back into a maze of streets that was the old part of the city. Very soon Graham was totally lost. I wonder where this leads. Don't go down there, it looks scary, and I'm hungry. It was too late. Charlie's curiosity had got the better of him, and he was off down the very small opening. Graham got on his hands and knees and followed as best he could. It must have been an air vent, as it opened into a tunnel. Charlie jumped down. It was pretty dark, and Graham waited for his eyes to adjust. He then sat in the opening with his legs dangling down and jumped. He mumbled, How are we going to get out? I can't climb back up. Look, there's electricity and lights, but not many, so this tunnel must lead somewhere. You know there's a mostly unexplored city underneath Rome. The early Christians used to hide down here. It's been lost for centuries, and only part has been reopened. It's known as the catacombs. I don't like the sound of that. Were cats buried down here? Oh no, you're making a joke. Cat, a comb. I get it. You won't find any cats, but thousands of people were buried down here. Graham shuddered. How do you know all this? Part of me now lives in the internet. People are always uploading new information. I just read it. Come on, it's time to explore. Charlie was off, and Graham reluctantly was forced to follow. Can you hear that? It sounds as if someone is hammering. Are they trying to knock something down? No, Charlie answered. More likely they're trying to dig up into someone's home or business. Be quiet. We don't want to be caught. Two men came out of a side passageway. They saw Graham and Charlie, dropped what they were carrying, and one grabbed at Graham. He was so surprised he stood frozen and was easily caught. Charlie could have escaped, but jumped into the other man's arms and started to purr, trying to cause a distraction. It didn't work. The The two men spoke to each other quickly in Italian, and Graham was upended and thrown over the man's back just like a sack of potatoes. They were quickly taken down a series of passages. Graham noticed three more men drilling into the ceiling. They came to a small room, and Graham was unceremoniously dumped in the middle. The other man tossed Charlie inside, who twisted in the air and landed on all 4 feet. The door was slammed shut, and they were left in the dark. Graham started to cry. Charlie came over and licked Graham's hand with his rough tongue. He picked the ginger cat up and cuddled him. "Don't worry, Graham. I'll think of a way out." "What did the men say?" "They're criminals, working for the mafia. This maze of tunnels gives them access to many homes and businesses. I expect they're going to break into one by tunneling up into it through the floor. They've gone to ask the boss what to do with us." Graham got up and felt his way over to the door. It was locked. He whispered, "How are we going to get out?" "I don't know yet." The Treasure Fairy and William materialized in a small side street. "I don't understand. We should be able to see, Graham. This is the exact spot the wise fairy said. Wait here. I'll go back and make sure I got the coordinates correct." William looked, and it appeared as though the Treasure Fairy flickered, disappeared for a second, and then reappeared. "I don't understand. We're at the correct spot. I worry that the wise fairy's eyesight isn't what it used to be. She misses things. What could she have missed?" "Are you sure they're at ground level?" William asked. "Why do you ask?" "No, it's actually a very good question. This is Rome, a city built on the ruins of previous civilizations, and in very early times people would tunnel underground to hide. We could be right above them. Wait, I'll try a spell. Graham and Charlie need to be found. We need to go searching way underground. Now hold my hand." The Treasure Fairy's wings flapped. The ground seemed to open up beneath their feet, and they fell through the earth. When they stopped, it was pitch black. She chanted, "Rays of sunshine, make it bright. Come into this darkness and give us light." In the dim luminescence, the cat's eye stood out, showing his vertical black pupils in the middle and his pale orange irises. Graham ran forward and hugged his brother. The Treasure Fairy took charge. "Everyone, hold hands. I'll get us out of here." Charlie disagreed. "Not too fast. Those criminals need to be caught and taught a lesson. They manhandled us. We need to discover their plans." That's the end of chapter 3. We'll be reading you chapter 4 very soon.